absolutely hot mugging on a Masterpiece Monday. Greetings to everybody out there. It is Monday, August 5th, new month, my month to be exact. I'm Rob Wilson, a comic book artist, illustrator, video editor, storyteller, all that great stuff. And I'd like to welcome you to Strictly Art Live number 24. It's been a hot minute since I got a chance to live stream. Last time I had some internet issues, but now we are back online. Now I'm trying something new. I'm repping the Leo, the golden cosmic Leo. That's what I'm repping. So y'all seen my face before, and y'all know how that goes. So yeah, we're gonna switch it up. That's how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna welcome everybody in here. We are streaming live from Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick, and fuck X. Sorry, just gotta go ahead and set it off. This ain't for kids, man. Gotta go ahead and get it started. Since they went on and started screwing over with the options you can do as far as live streaming, yeah, ever since then, kind of losing respect for the nonsense. Ain't got time for it. So, let's see here. Be sure to follow all of my links on my link tree for all the latest stuff in the lower thirds section. We're going to go ahead and shuffle over to right here. That's where I want to be. So, yeah. Hopefully, everyone's gotten a chance to see Deadpool and Wolverine is the third installment of the Deadpool trilogy now. And it has definitely, if it ever plans on going out, it has gone out with a bang. We got to call it just like what it is. We haven't had a fun movie like this in a hot minute. Great stuff. Great stuff. We're going to get into that. Also, some updates. I don't think there is a new episode of My Hero Academia. I checked last night. I did not see one. I got a chance to check out Suicide Squad Isekai. First two episodes. I mean, first episode was whatever. Second episode, they're in some kind of nonsense. Sword Art Online crap, which just doesn't compare to Solo Leveling. Just got to be honest with that one. So it is what it is. This is predominantly a Deadpool Wolverine discussion tonight. I got time. I don't care who else is live streaming. I don't care. I'm Rob Wilson, damn it. Third generation superstar. Now, this is going to be an actual open forum. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to put the link for anybody who's got the guts, the bravado, the manhood to pop on in here and give your insight on Deadpool Wolverine. That's specifically what we're talking about. I'm going to be doing some artwork. Of course, this is Strictly Art Live, but hey, I have got to talk about the things that inspire us to be artists, creators of some form, or just all out fans. Because sometimes you start as a fan, then you continue as, hey, I want to do this. I want to be a writer, or I want to be an artist. I want to be something that can contribute to an idea that I may have that the world might like. And if the world don't like it, at least I will. So that's one of those key things that I always look at it. I get it. Some people, indie artists, mainstream or whatever, they're just like, hey, I got no stake in it, so I got no dog in the fight. I get it. Or yay, it's another Marvel movie. Heard it all before. But trying to make stuff happen. That's the key thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with some music. Got my one day off and we're gonna make it happen. How's everyone's Monday been doing? Good, I hope. Alright, we can rock that. I don't really care. Let's see here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open up the chat. People that watch my stuff, that stop by, I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what we got. Let's do a quick head check. Let's see. Kick and Twitch is quiet. YouTube is quiet, and Rumble is. I got four people live on. Well, yeah, about 3 to 4 people live on Rumble. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the link to this show in the chat, starting with Rumble because I see people are actually there. And if you got something to add to the discussion, Deadpool Wolverine, Deadpool 3, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, the biggest yet, bright lights, pretty ladies, big cities, limousine riding, jet flying. There's so many cameos in the show. They should have had Ric Flair pop up. I'm kidding. All right. Link is in the chat for invite. We're going to talk about this Deadpool extravaganza. Doing like only he can do. Looking like only he can look. Deadpool, my goodness. This dude is off the chain. Opening sequence, and I got some spoiler. This is spoiler heavy. So get ready. I'm excited. I had to see it like the opening weekend when it came out because I didn't want to get caught or bombarded by the spoilers. So yeah, I sacrificed some sleep to see it early in the morning for a matinee, and it was very, very fun. Had a grand old time. My theater was almost packed. I was in recliners, so I was chilling. Had my ranch seasoning with my popcorn, which is a great tradition of mine. So I used to be a big fun moviegoer. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and throw the link. Pop on in here if you got something to say about Deadpool, Wolverine. I'm sure people are going to have some nitpick things, but that's okay. Open forum, baby. Open forum. That's what we're doing. Can't believe it. Yeah, because I want to hear from you. I've talked to people in person about this movie. I've gotten some of their take. I had some really intelligent conversations with folks concerning this movie without yelling and calling people names and all that because I disagree with them or because they disagree a little bit with me, and that's fine. Excuse me. Had to have some of my Celsius. Yeah, I know, Celsius at 8 o'clock at night. Hey, I am a nocturnal creature, and I wanted to make sure I got rest before I started this show. That's what's happening. And that is the name of the game. Tonight. Let's see. Let me go ahead and add in the artwork I'm working on right now. There we go. So yeah, opening scene. It kind of reminded me of a little bit of what do you call it? Guardians 2 with the dancing opening monologue as people are dying. All that great stuff. It seemed pretty fun. So yeah, because Deadpool basically found the bones of Logan. That's what he was looking for. He was tasked to do it. And it didn't turn out too well. So even though he did find Logan, he did find him. It was just the bones. It was a shout out to Mutant League. That's how I have flashbacks of that old 90s. What was it? Early 2000s cartoon. Today on Mutant League, Bones Justice XYZ. So when he had, I think he was out of ammo and all that, so he just went on and started using Wolverine's bones and all that. Of course, it did a flashback of how he got there, which I hate those, me personally. I don't like those too much because I think it's overused. But it got to the point of, exposition, showing what happened to the guy, showing why the guy is the way he is, Unfortunately, all good fairy tale relationships sometimes do have their rough edges. And Unlike the case of, like a Chris Brown or any of those characters, um, Wade Wilson did not smack down his wife. His girlfriend, main squeeze, top love, his dildo thrusting partner, all that weird stuff. Um, yeah, they had their issues and whatnot, and then they got fast forward ahead. They got basically into the fight, and I thought which was really cool because I saw a cover today, in fact, where Deadpool actually uses Logan's the bones of Logan, his claws, to actually do the freaking fighting with. And I was like, good lord, that actually looked like a really good poster. And what do you know? It's actually from a comic book where Deadpool breaks out the claws. I thought that was pretty awesome. So I know it's prime time, and all the big streamers and loyalists to the big streamers doing their thing, but I don't care. I don't care. I am here with you for at least an hour. If anyone wants to chime in, I'm assuming that you can hear me. Let's do a mic check. Okay, we got a mic check, and that is good to go. If anyone wants to chime in, I know Deadpool has been out for a couple weeks now. Um, you know, tell me what you think of the movie, because I have talked to great friends, co-workers, and we've had good, really, really good discussions. So that's why I'm excited to talk about it with you. Finally, Marvel, after so many teeth that were pulled, made a good decision. And with this movie, I'm almost curious because San Diego Comic-Con was same weekend. Was Kevin Feige's plan by unveiling Doctor Doom a means to, a means to undercut the success of Deadpool by bringing back RDJ? We're gonna get into that in a minute. Just a little bit, Not right now, but when we do, it'll be fantastic. So yeah, we got some mad fighting. Deadpool fighting the TVA, which are the worst characters. I can't stand the TVA from Loki, even though that's what the whole series was around. Loki was literally the Loki TV show was literally used as space for the TVA to get all their crappy storylines, in there. Not a fan. I think Loki was the TV show where I started dropping off of the MCU TV shows. WandaVision, enjoyed it. Bucky, was it Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I thought it was alright. Loki, I was out. I was like Roman Reigns. I said, I'm coming in, I'm wrecking everybody, and then I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Or in his case, he said, I'm leaving. But yeah, we got all that great stuff with the TVA. Wade Wilson gets captured, explain all the multiverse stuff, and kind of open that door that the Loki TV show couldn't do. Open that door that even Spider-Man stuff couldn't do. With the crossovers, no Venom, no Tom Holland Venom versus Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock. Did I say Tom Holland's Venom? No, Tom Holland's Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so what we got? We got some sneak. Who is W? A random person. What's going on, random person? Are you in the back? You got something to say? Or you showing up? You gonna drop some random words of wisdom? What's going on? What's going on? What is going on, sir? Yeah, I know I am taking a risk because, everywhere we seem to go, there are always some bad actors, But let's see. I don't know. You said I ain't even listening. So, yep, here we go. Here we go. The classic trolls. Is this a classic troll? Why you doing this? Yep, yep. Classic troll. That's what I'm talking about. Show up. Break 'em out. Break 'em out. Classic trolls. Why you? Huh? Was it? What's your name? Um. Why doing on this? And why do I got this? Is that your name? Oh, it's absolutely great. I mean, that's a creative one. And then, it's almost like your name is one part of the sentence and then your statement is the other part. Absolutely phenomenal. See, that's why I got some sleep before I started the stream, because ready for the trolls, ready for the. I was about to say stuff. Um, I was about to say stuff that probably age inappropriate. Y'all ain't ready for that. Um, Old account, and yes, okay. Your account is old or my account is old. Which one could it be? I wonder. I'm gonna entertain this, but yeah, Deadpool's doing his thing. Who knows? This guy might be showing up just to try to derail the stream, conversation. So yeah, Deadpool's doing his thing. Um, he's been tasked to leave his universe behind in order to be with the Avengers, be an Avenger. At one point, yeah, he did apply. He actually got to talk to what's it, Happy Hogan, which was a fun interview. I thought it was a trip. He said, "Mine is old." Okay, okay, I got you. So your account has been around since Kick started. Hold up? When did Kick actually start? See that segue? Comic book artist, Kickstarter. Got it. Yeah, but yeah. Why do I got this? um, were you here when Kicks actually started? And what year was that? I'm curious. Because it took me a while to get the Kick. Let's see. Uh, 2021, I think. That's interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't even think Kick was on my radar at the time. 2021, what was I doing? I was being great and silly and goofy. So, a lot of those highlights are on my YouTube channel, which I am streaming live from now. I got some highlights on there. Here we go. He said, "No, 2022. We going up a year. We going up a whole 365 days. That's what I'm talking about." Making sure we not dazed and confused, right? Yep. 2022. What was I doing? Can't remember. Couldn't tell you. But if you look at my old YouTube, I'm sure you'll see something to laugh at or get offended by. Because that just is what it is. So yeah, where was I? Wade Wilson's chance to be an Avenger. You said, I forgot. I got you, man. Yeah, man, pop on. Did you see that? Did you see Deadpool and Wolverine? Let me know. How is it Deadpool and Wolverine is a better movie than Dawn of Justice? Wow. Or Batman, yeah, Batman v Superman. How is that possible? By being lighthearted, by having fun, not taking stuff too seriously, having a ball every step of the way. It works out much better that way. That's why most Jackie Chan films are always pretty fun, because they seem like, um, a fun old time. I was going to use another word from the Flintstones, but it wasn't there. Here we go. Noon got money to go see movies these days. I got you. Hey, we do what we do with the things that we can, and if we can't get it, we can go ahead and make the means happen to do what it do. You know what I'm saying? I had a buddy of mine. He used to be like, DMVF, what it do? Wow, I just found out one of my video reels is partially muted due to a copyright match. Ha! GA. It's too funny. That's why I don't like Facebook. Facebook is a buster. Facebook is a buster. Twitter X, is whack. Regardless of how much they allegedly advocate for free speech. Who cares? Who cares? We want to make stuff happen. I mean, they just keep adding. They keep adding hoes to my and thing. I just got some followed by Havana Artistry. Of course, she look like some AI chick. It's nonsense, absolute nonsense. So, regardless whether I paid for a blue check mark on X or don't have it, I still will be getting sex bots on my damn profile. It's a damn shame. Why do they do this? I really don't know why, and it's not really my care to find out. So, yes, TVA, Deadpool and Avenger, great interview for the job with Happy Hogan. And I like how, like, in this movie, both characters kind of get taken to task and define who they are, what they've been through. Logan's case was a sad trail of bad decisions and a lot of regret that no matter how many bottles of alcohol he has, no matter how many bottles of alcohol he has, for some reason, he just can't stop the voices in his head. Like the Randy Orton song, one of the greatest intro songs of all time. But you know what? Speaking of liquor, this is like one of my favorite scenes. I'm gonna work my way to it. But speaking of liquor.
And who's this succulent reminder of my own inadequacies? Look at you. You look like the superhero version of Hawkeye.
The name's Remy Labo, du Diable Blanc. But you can call me the Gambit.
It's been a while since I've seen Sling Blade. Hit me again.
They call me the Gambit.
Do they? Are you sure you didn't just really, really want them to, but it never quite worked out?
Would they, we never had a Wolverine up in here. But I can tell you now, it's just a common courtesy to ask before you drink up all of my liquor.
It's just a common courtesy to ask before you drink up all my liquor. Let me stop. Hey, bro. Channing Tatum. He did it. Channing Tatum. He did it. He got the plate. Damn it. That was all. I mean, that was like a decade, bro. Here's my thing I appreciate with Ryan Reynolds, man. This dude gave respect to everybody that helped him come up. Because the birth or inception of Deadpool didn't begin in Deadpool 1. It didn't even begin in Wolverine X-Men Origins. However, it started with Blade Trinity on the big screen. Because Ryan Reynolds cracked so many jokes, even while in captivity, in that daggone movie. He was like, oh my gosh, if he wasn't there, that probably would have been even worse of a movie than what it was. You had Russell Crowe Dracula, bum. You had Jessica Biel, she was awesome. And then this guy, I'm going to bed now because it's 2 a.m. Bye. Yeah. Goodbye. Just make sure you don't drink up all of my liquor. Let me stop. Jessica Biel, she was great, daughter of Whistler. That was fun. And then we have Whistler was in there, Chris Christopherson, he rocked out, 3 movies, and they finally got him in that one. But, you introduce what they call themselves, the Night Stalkers, I think. And I thought that was pretty funny considering, how things are now. You got to kind of be careful what you say before the certain mobs come after you. And so be it. So be it. It is what it is. Got to deal with what you got to deal with. Times change. You either fight the change in some way, especially if it's artificial. And besides that, adjust if needed. It's all courses of nature. If Galactus comes to your planet to eat it, move to Mars. Be like, hey Elon, I need that ride now. Can we? You got that hotel set up, Jeff Bezos, space station hotel set up. Too funny, right? All right, so yeah. What was I? We're somewhere out there over the non-rainbow. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. I was at Wade, Avenger, and what else? Oh yeah. So he does his death-defying leap. Oh, he gets suited up by the what Deadpool calls a predator, Beardo predator. When he suited him up, he was like the tailor, not from Panama. And he had that Briscoe County mustache, which was pretty serious. He looked like an interesting character, but he ended up being, as Deadpool said, a predator. Um, he tries to make a deal and then says, you know what, screw that. I'm going to go save my friends. Doesn't work out, comes back and says, hey, he goes through the different timelines to find different Wolverines, which we get pay homage to several covers, including um, Todd McFarlane's cover where he fought the Hulk, and Hulk shows up. We got a little small cameo of that. That was absolutely great. We got Danny DeVito Wolverine, so to speak. We got freaking a major cameo, but didn't get to see who it was. And then we got to see Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, which was no talk in all fight. But I thought that was awesome. He was beating Wade with his nub, because he was missing the hand. That was a trip. And then what else? Oh yeah, we come back to who the big cameo was on the bike, the Wolverine on the bike, which ended up being Henry Cavill, and that was amazing, amazing, truly stunning and brave cameo. That's what you call stunning and brave. um, some real deal stuff, not no false advertisement. Um, so with that, we got who else? The actual old man Logan with the cap sitting on the porch, waiting to die. Um, yeah, you got a lot of cameos. It was great. And then we finally get to the Wolverine of choice for the movie to carry the storyline, which was one of the worst. And all of the TVA knew it when Deadpool brought it back. So that kind of made him an enemy of the TVA. And then from there, trying to convince that Wolverine that he could be of use and get back to the world, but the TVA sent him to the Void, home of Cassandra Nova and many other miscreants. So in that scene in the Void, you had almost kind of like a what do you call it? A Mad Max type of scenery, and Chris Evans pops up. And Deadpool makes an obvious mistake, thinking because the guy's in a hoodie and, he's hiding. It's probably just Nomad, Nomad Cap. Just out on patrol, avoiding the dangers of the void. But then we get the Rough Riders, minus DMX, unfortunately. DMX would have been a great addition to it. Um, and you had Pyro and Toad, and you had Sabretooth, which were notable cameos. Tyler Maine, shout out to Tyler Maine coming all the way back from the first X-Men movie. That was like 2000, 2001. Good gosh. Credit, respect. You know what I'm saying? Um, you had all their kind of things going on. Um, Cap steps in. He was like, I got this. And he says, flame on, which was hilarious, you know. Um, I couldn't tell you the ratio of people that expected that to be actually Captain America versus Johnny Storm because he played Johnny Storm in two of the greatest up to date. Correction. Let me title this correctly. Two of the greatest Fantastic Four big screen movies in the history of the Fantastic Four to date, right now. Two of the greatest. And that was partially because he played such an excellent Johnny Storm. Um, the Fantastic Four movies had their problems, had their issues, as we do know. But regardless of that, they're two of the greatest to date. And Chris Evans is Johnny Storm, still had it, and he proved it. And it was hilarious all the way to the end of the movie and the post credits, you know. So yeah, we got to see Johnny Storm get nerfed by Pyro, just absorb the fire and drain them. And gets captured. They get captured. You get Deadpool and Wolverine like face to face, up close type of bondage, I guess. So that way, if they do try to break out, they might stab each other and all that kind of thing. As they're getting taken to Cassandra Nova, or who they call She, the twin sister of Charles Xavier, from the umbilical cord. Yeah, so they crack their jokes and stuff on their way there. They get there in a giant Ant-Man corpse. Opens the fortress where Nova and her crew stay. And there's some kind of cloud monster, which is kind of funny. That kind of alludes back to Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, because that's what they made Galactus. But I think this character was from Loki. I think season 1, which I tapped out after the 3rd episode. You know what I'm saying? It was done. Let's see what else. Yeah, we got folks scared, man. Folks are scared. Good gosh. Folks do not want to pop up. I don't care. I don't care. IDC. Let's see what else. That's a nice little jam there. Don't mind me, I'm just doing some housekeeping from the back end. Yeah, alright, cool. Let me get back to this. You had Cassandra Nova's introduction and all that kind of stuff. Of course, they try to attack her, which she proves to be more than formidable, which is why she's leading those pack of misfits. I almost thought at first it was like the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and what's the name did make reference to Magneto, but I think he got killed too. Yes, because the helmet, which we found out later. So yeah, a lot of stuff goes on throughout the movie. Freaking exposition. Logan, just really pissed, and they find a way to escape Cassandra Nova's grasp, and they run into forgotten folks, which could be deemed possibly the Midnight Sons and Daughters, minus Ghost Rider, because he wasn't there. That would have been a hell of a budget. Yeah, we got Blade in the house. We got Elektra. all these characters from Fox because as I've been hearing from like Flash, was it Flashcast, Nerdrotic and stuff, they're saying that basically Disney was the main villain. I would say in the form of Cassandra Nova because one she's kind of OP and she is that character who's literally like skull dragging people with her hands. Um, I think that's a fair assessment. Now, with where am I at? Where am I at? Yeah, they escape. The two fight. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, obviously Wolverine fights Sabretooth in the crossover, and Wolverine decapitato. He turns his head into a potato. And that's a wrap of Sabretooth. He showed up, he got paid, and then he got sprayed. Or I'm sorry, then he got slayed. Jimmy Jump quote. So yeah, going back, they escape. They find the kind of Midnight Sons and Daughters type deal, and then from there, what else? What else we got? What else is there from that? Yeah, they have their fight. Oh yeah, yeah. So how they get there is they have their fight in the really terrible vehicle, which is borrowed by uh, Pretty Boy Deadpool and him and his dog. And he warns them to look out for the Deadpool Corps because they are dangerous. They will murk anybody, as they did prove their worth and their veracity towards the end of the movie and one of the last big fight scenes. I don't think of it as kind of like a Matrix Burly Brawl, Neo versus all the Agent Smiths in retrospect, but it kind of has a hint of it now that I think about it. So, for anybody just stopping by, welcome to Strictly Art Live. I'm your host, Rob Wilson, on Monday, the 5th, 2024, and we're covering Deadpool and Wolverine, hence the thumbnail, hence the hashtags. That is what is going on now. If you have some feedback, please, the link is in the chat. I know it is risky, but have at it, share what you know or what you think. Give your opinion. And we could go from there. I'll have a discussion with just about anyone. Gripes, concerns, all that kind of stuff. And I am drawing in the process, working on my comic book because some people don't like, mainstream movies, whether they've become redeemable or not. But in my case, I tend to think that when stuff is good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. And I'm going to call it out for either one. I'm going to give it its proper due and respect. So that's kind of how I look at it. Now, when it comes to freaking the next scene, yeah, they have a really great fight scene after some brutal words that have been shared. Hugh Jackman really shows his despise, disdain, and everything but the H word, but that too for Deadpool because what was a promise ended up turning into, was it a hypothetical guess or something? Some line that they used more than once in the movie, and they just literally gutted each other until they passed out. A bloody vehicle with blood running down the bumper sticker coexist. Absolute gold. And they get driven off by what comes to be, as we find out, X-23. She's growing up now, which is, I think, is a great callback to Logan. Everybody loved that movie. And I think it's like a standard, too. You can't have Wolverine in a movie and have it PG-13 unless he's there and he does no fighting. He's just there to talk or something. Um, that doesn't work. You know, chalk it up to realism or stuff like that if you want. But here's the deal: um, people were glad to have Wolverine in X Men, X2, X Men, or X2, X Men United, and then X Men: The Last Stand. Um, what were the other ones? First Class, the Wolverine, Wolverine X Men Origins, and then we got to Logan, all that kind of jazz. People were excited for that. When they saw Logan, it's like you can't go back now. You cannot go back to PG-13 Wolverine. You just can't. And same thing with Deadpool. Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, who pulled his weight, stated, well, he's fought to make sure he's kept that rated R rating for Deadpool, which him and Disney tried to do a PG-13 version, but no, that's not going to work. The Merc with the Mouth has a standard, and that standard is bloody. And if you're not down with that standard, I got 2 words for you. That's basically how it goes when it comes to that character. You go too far off of that, it becomes a joke. Like, nobody's going to take it seriously, and it's not going to make, hint, hint, a lot of money. Which is why Harrison Ford is going to be Ross in was it Captain America: Brave New World. He even said it. They asked Harrison Ford at Comic-Con as he was tipsy-toed, all around San Diego CC. They asked him why did he want to be why did he join the MCU? He said, well, I saw my friends over here. I said, I want some of that. Oh, Harrison Ford, when you're forced to be in terrible movies, after a while you just stop giving a damn. I ain't mad at you, man. Have fun. And it's going to be interesting. It's just really a shame he doesn't have a mustache. But with Harrison Ford, we'll see what they do. Because Red Hulk is a permanent transformation. Unless they switch it up. I mean, they switched it up for Tim Roth in She-Hulk, which I still never finished. I saw 1 episode and I was like, man, I'm going to bed. That was the end of that. Alright, so back to Deadpool, which is the reason why we're here. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for almost an hour. How the hell did that happen? You guys make it possible. You have the option to chime in if you want. Don't be scared, because if you don't, Earth is doomed. Lex Luthor, DCEU intro movie. Why do I still remember that? Because it's one of the greatest. Alright, so, yeah. They get dragged to the lair. They wake up. They find out that, they're in a lair where the Midnight Sons and Daughters, I keep saying that because that's the best way to kind of quote them there, with great intros that really made me jump twice. I had already jumped for Henry Cavill in the theater. I was pretty hyped. And then I had jumped for the return of Blade, accompanied by Elektra and Gambit. As I showed the little quick clip of Channing Tatum doing his thing, holding it down, fulfilling the dream that he wanted to do 10 years ago. And his accent was awesome. I was telling somebody when we were talking about this movie, and we both saw it, I said, some people didn't like the accent and stuff. And I was like, it reminded me of Benicio del Toro in Usual Suspects. It was like, the point is, nobody understands what he's saying. These are like little small comedic things in movies that go a long way. If you don't understand it, I get it. It happens. Some jokes I don't get. But it was absolutely hilarious because in Usual Suspects, you couldn't understand what del Toro was saying in that movie half the time. He was like, "Who started the fucking trial? I don't know the fuck." You know, he was a trip. Absolutely hilarious. A unique character, if you will. That's the kind of thing I look at when it comes to that. So yeah, that was a trip. I enjoyed that. Um, the use of the kinetic cards, oh, they're spot on. They were on point. They made their plan. Long story short, with the movie, they made their plan and they executed it. Went back to Cassandra Nova, and then after Wolverine and talked to X-23 about a fireplace and all that stuff, he keeps saying I'm the wrong guy. XYZ. They make their plan. They head back to Cassandra Nova, and then they set it off with a rocket launcher, Blade in the rear seat, firing, you know, the rocket propelled grenade or whatever rocket launcher, whatever model it was. I don't know, but they were there. They were ready to go, and in Deadpool like fashion, that's another tradition in I think all three of his movies now. It's like for the last big fight, they basically have a exit the car, kind of like a Michael Douglas out the car now intro with banger music, and everybody shows up ready to fight. So that was great. Wolverine being the last one, you can see his weight, the weight of the adamantium really digging into the vehicle as he gets out of it, which is pretty cool. There's so many things in this movie. I may not be able to cover them all. I heard someone was like some 271 Easter eggs in Deadpool and Wolverine. And like, I'll never make it to all those. Somebody will pop in and tell me all of them, but I have no idea. But I enjoyed what I did see when it came to this movie, and that's one of the reasons why I'm highlighting it. Because it's been a while since we had a movie as good and as fun as this. Did it have its problems? Sure. We all know if we nitpick hard enough and find something wrong with it, we can, absolutely. But as far as standards that have been lowered for the MCU for Phase 4, which I still think they're stuck in, this is probably one of the better ones since Spider-Man No Way Home, which people enjoyed. William Dafoe stole that role. I mean, he stole the show. His performance was just as good, if not better, than it was back in the day when he first played Spider-Man in the first one with Tobey Maguire. So we get to see all the heroes on display in their fight against Cassandra Nova and her merry band mutants, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants without Magneto, which was unfortunate. So from there, they find that they need to get Juggernaut's helmet off in order to use it against Cassandra to nullify her powers. They have a monologue. Cassandra gets a hold of Wolverine, gets inside his mind, sees the sorrow that he goes through. She tries to turn him. And then Deadpool manages to get the helmet. They put it on her. And basically, what's the word? Capture her as she's slowly dying. And Logan shows her mercy. Maybe for a minute he believed that she showed him mercy, or maybe because he still believed in the dream of Charles Xavier. Maybe. Many different reasons do come to mind. Why? We may never know. But what I do know here today is the Black Knights will maintain, retain victorious. Sorry. Terrible Harry Conner Jr. from Independence Day. But I couldn't help but to say it. Perfect segue. So, yeah, they take the helmet off, allow her to heal, and Wolverine gives her a really good monologue about compassion and about how much compassion her brother has, and that she could be redeemed in a way as well. But no, deal's a deal. They wanted to find a way to get back to their world. So no, Cassandra Nova managed to have a what did they call those rings? I always forget from Doctor Strange where they create the portal. But she had one of those sling ring. I think that's what they were called. She had one of those, and then from there, we had them back at the TVA. No, back in the area of the TVA, right near what was it called? Layfield something, but it was a store. Shout out to Rob Layfield, one of the creators of Deadpool. Um, that was a really cool throwback. So we get into another big fight, which basically encompasses the Deadpool Corps, because we heard stories about him, and then it was time to get it on. So somewhere I think it's Pretty Boy Deadpool. He shows up right before they show up, or something like that. Of course, the dog always shows up first because he has love for Deadpool. You know, the Deadpool that we know and love, and as rough looking as that dog looked, you know, he was excited and he was like Deadpool's world. And then, Pretty Boy Deadpool shows up, and then the Deadpool Corps shows up, and then we get a absolutely great execution of Pretty Boy Deadpool. Sorry. That leads into a even more immaculate fight with Wolverine and the Deadpool Corps, which apparently all of them have a weakness for the Deadpool dog. I thought that was pretty cute. As much as I'm not a big pet fan, I thought that was funny. Even with Logan walking across the street without getting shot just by holding the dog, that was hilarious. From there, they set it off. Obviously Deadpool make sure that was it Pretty Boy Deadpool is no longer present for the fight because he wanted his dog and he wanted his gold-plated handguns or whatever. So that was that, and then they set it off. Wolverine, Deadpool took on the Deadpool Corps, which was absolutely great. Like I said, it kind of reminded me of the Burly Brawl. Now I think about it, I didn't think about the Burly Brawl at the time, but they were fighting from street to sidewalk to bus to inside the bus to through the bus, and they pretty much killed pretty much all of them. But all of them had regeneration powers except for Pretty Boy Deadpool, which was DIE'd. But yeah, what's his name? I forget his name. The mustache man that apparently saves the day. He was one of the original X-Force members from Part 2 that survived, that didn't die. Oh no, Deadpool told him to just go home using Cable's time thing, which I was kind of disappointed that Cable didn't make a cameo and appearance in this one. But maybe Brolin felt like that was a lot of heavy lifting and workout, stuff for one movie, and maybe he just didn't want to do it again. He made his mark in the MCU as the Mad Titan, and then he turned around and did his work in Deadpool 2, and that was his year, so to speak. Some movie actors have their year where they got multiple movies out and they're just killing the game. That was Josh Brolin's year, no doubt. So yeah, Cable, we will remember you. Moving on, we come to the big bad. Cassandra Nova gets into the mind of Paradox, which was one of the lead people in charge of that sector of the Void and of the TVA. So she gets in his mind, finds out about the bomb and all that, because throughout the movie, he's trying to blow up Deadpool's universe and tell him, hey, move on, you know. So it all it comes down to bomb. Yes, bomb. Did he say bomb? Yes. Every alarm triggers the bomb. Keymaster, shout out. So yeah, that comes into another small fight, and then the two kind of fight over who's gonna go, and then they end up teaming up together, all to hold hands in order to combine their energy and absorbing the bomb and cause Cassandra Nova to explode. Very good shout out to Guardians of the Galaxy, where they held hands to negate the struggle of one person taking on the power Infinity Stone, which was a really great moment. That was pretty legendary. So this one was more funny. And here's the thing, like those scary movies and Meet the Titans, where they used to make parodies of stuff. They even had one superhero movies too. I think Pamela Anderson played Mrs. Fantastic. They threw all that stuff in there. You don't need those for parodies of superhero movies because Deadpool does it all. He covers the Disney and Fox merger in the beginning of the movie. Just outright says it. It's golden. He gets a chance to say everything that we kind of thought, And big kudos to Ryan Reynolds for that. Because there's nothing like being able to just naturally flow with your expression, and people get it. Maybe others didn't have the courage to either say it or put it out there, but he's kind of like with this movie. I think he put heart and soul into it, heavily, and I'm proud of him to know that he came all the way from Blade Trinity and then pulled people up after he got up. That's almost like a true testament to helping your fellow man. I get it. It's a movie. It's entertainment. But the strings you had to pull to get to this point was unprecedented. And we hear about this thing with RDJ playing Doom, and he said the only way he'll do it is if he get the Russo brothers. That's happened. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if he's there for the bad times as well as the good, because he clearly RDJ was there for the good times, the best times, the first 10 years, MCU tenured, the first 10 years. So we'll see, because there's going to be a lot of things to adjust, patch up, and fix. Is the MCU redeemable at this point? I don't know. I can't call that. I'm hearing rumors of, people that have made the worst decisions in Phase 4 have been fired. We'll see. The proof is in the performance and action. That is it. And with that being said, seems like everybody was scared to pop in. I get it. It's not like I'm unapproachable, but some people may not want to handle honest and decent conversation. That's fine. I thank everyone that did stop by, because this was pretty fun. And I covered the whole movie in an hour. I enjoyed it, and that's why I like to get rest before I live stream because I can bring you better entertainment. That is one of the key things and key goals of what I do here. Um, I have artwork, whether you like art or not, great. I'm not going to bring you drama. Just not because I'm like about to be 42 and fuck all that, bro. I got more important things to focus on. But what I will share with you are things I like, things that inspire me, and things that help me grow. Because I look at it as when I watch others that provide that same kind of content, things that help you grow and improve or learn something, not just to give you talking points. I find that that is helpful and useful for me in my life in some ways. If I can take one note of inspiration from someone and then possibly share that to help someone else, that's more important to me than trying to get super chats and trying to create drama streams. I get it. It may not be popular because veering towards the negative is easier than looking at positive things. But I gotta call it, man. I have to call it. Deadpool Wolverine was absolutely great. I enjoyed it. I cast aside, nitpicky, things, because I knew Ryan Reynolds put forth his best efforts for this movie, and it showed. It absolutely showed with some of the surprises that we got. I commend him. Hopefully, there will be others that, take on such courage as well. And hopefully, that will elevate others to stand up and say, hey, look, I get it. You guys want to do your damn thing and try to, echo chamber each other and put all this weird stuff into movies that people don't really want to see. So, let's cater to the audience, the comic book purchasing audience, via, which is what this movie was about. Absolutely great. Will I go see it again? I don't know. I can't call that one. Maybe. But I mean, there's really nothing else to see. Anything else that I would go to the theater to watch would definitely be subpar right now. You got trailers, movies. I mean, I probably will go see Alien Romulus. But it's like something just to be there to watch. Maybe it'll be better than the last two Alien movies. But I mean, compared to Deadpool and Wolverine, man, you talking about it's like Riggs and Murtaugh with mutant abilities. Those guys were wild, and they had a ball. There's no question about it. They even showed like the behind the scenes from all the Fox stuff, because Disney buying Fox, even though it had its good movies and bad movies, might have been a bad thing, but at least it brought us Deadpool and Wolverine. With the death of Fox, we probably have moved on to something a little bit better. It just kind of hurts. You get those growing pains for people that enjoy these kind of movies. I talk about it like that because I do enjoy them. They're inspirational when they're great, like I said. They are frustrating when they're not. So, yeah, that's all I got, ladies and gents. Thanks for stopping by. If you did stop by, and if you watch a replay, thanks for watching it. Feel free to follow my artwork, just like in the scrolling message below. Follow all my artwork and updates here at linktree/RWARTS. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and see when the next time we have a live stream and what to talk about. I probably will go back to anime because there ain't much else to really talk about. Or maybe I might start doing, yeah, solo leveling episode by episode. I'll do that for my next couple of live streams. There are 12 episodes. So I'll probably cover one episode per live stream. And then I actually just got back into, after watching Deadpool, while my internet was out, I opened up my DVDs of the Fantastic Four cartoon that took place after the two movies with Chris Evans in them, and I watched the whole first disc. 4 episodes. Those were fun. They were great. They had cameos of the Hulk. Ben Grimm beefing with Matchstick, as he called him, aka Human Torch. Reed and Sue's relationship, which is pretty good. So I probably will watch some more of that because those were actually pretty good. That I enjoyed the Fantastic Four. I don't know if anybody else liked them, but I did. So I sometimes go back to stuff and see a case study. I may observe something that could be inspirational for later. Constantly learning and growing and evolving and improving. That's what I try to do. So, all right, y'all. Y'all take care. I am out of here. Thanks for watching. If you did, y'all remember to keep it omni, keep your head on the swivel. Lord knows it's wild out there, so it's good to enjoy something for a change that isn't disappointing. So, y'all take care. Have a good one.
And who's this succulent reminder of my own inadequacies? Look at you. You look like the superhero version of Hawkeye.
The name's Remy Labo, Le Diable Blanc. But you can call me the Gambit.
It's been a while since I've seen Sling Blade. Hit me again.
They call me the Gambit.
Do they? Are you sure you didn't just really, really want them to, but it never quite worked out?
Would they, we never had a Wolverine up in here. But I can tell you now, it's just a common courtesy to ask before you drink up all of my liquor.
Well, it's a good thing I don't give a
By the way, quick update. Shout out to Why Do I Got This? He just followed me on Kick, which is awesome. So now I have 4 followers on Kick. Greatly appreciate it. We're trying to grow, trying to make it happen. See y'all next time. Peace out.